What was your wedding song?
Why are you asking me that? Like, why are you asking me that? Like, I'm going to remember that and you're going to get me in trouble. I do remember. I'm just not going to talk about it because I don't think it's personal.
How was married life?
I mean, it's a day-by-day thing. It's almost like football, you know? No day's ever the same. It's very hard to impress the coaches on a day-to-day basis. And, you know, it's work, man. It's work. Any football questions?
Yeah.
All right.
What's it been like, and how excited are you to have a guy like Peanut out there, another similar vet like you out there in the back?
It's been awesome. Just the fact that, you know, first of all, he makes me feel young. So him being older than me is always a bright thing. And he's got so much energy, so much juice, and I understand why he's been so successful and such a great player for so long. The instincts that he has, the things that he's so smart. He's probably one of the smartest corners I've ever played with in the fact of how much he understands every bit of the defense, how much details. He's very, very detail-oriented, and I understand why now he's been able to play for so long and at corner where it's so hard to be out on the edge all day. And he can go out there and make it happen, man. And just him being around gives me confidence knowing that not only when I see somebody older than me be able to do it for that long, but then, you know, that I can maybe do that, or maybe one day that he's still teaching me things, too, about the game that, you know, sometimes the younger guys might not want to butt in and try and tell me what to do, but Peanut will definitely do that, and it helps me out. It helps complete me, helps me make me a better player as well.
We've noticed he's kind of, as soon as he got here, he was kind of jawing back there in the secondary with folks, taking shots at Cam, doing whatever. Is that adding a bit of swagger to the secondary?
Well, it definitely doesn't hurt. You know, we got another guy that's very confident. You know, we obviously know that we got a couple guys that don't lack confidence, including myself, Josh. Benay's a very confident guy. Trey doesn't talk as much. Well, Trey may not be as confident, but he talks all the time. Then you got, you know, Peanut, who's a seriously confident guy, and there's no reason not to be. He's been multiple Pro Bowls, been playing the league for as long as he's had, caused many fumbles, all these big plays that he's made, all on the biggest stages. And so why not? And I like it. It only makes us better. And so often this team is so caught up in the front seven. And I don't see why not this back 4 to 5 can be really good. And instead of winning in spite of, win because of the things that we're doing in the back half. And you got to be confident. That's our number one thing. You got to understand what our job is day to day. And we got to go out there and compete and get it done. And I think this secondary that they've pieced together has the opportunity to do that.
Roman, did this secondary need a little bit more experience? I mean, they brought in guys, you know, Peanut and
Kurt.
They played.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Coleman. I mean, did this secondary need some more experience?
Well, it doesn't hurt. You know, not only experience, but then, you know, guys can play multiple positions. And it feels competition, and everybody's competing and trying to get this, you know, everybody wants their reps. And when you got guys that have played before, they understand the game, not only on the field but off the field as well. You know, it's a business first. And when you get those guys, everybody's trying to get out there and everybody's trying to eat. Everybody's going to be more successful because everybody knows they got to make every rep count, including myself, Peanut, Kurt, everybody. And when you got that, everybody's going to play the best. And the cream always rises to the top, and it's going to make us all better. It's going to make the team better. You know, everybody. We're going to have injuries in this league. Everybody knows that. So it's got to be next man up, and we got to have guys ready to go. In the past, we may not have been as deep. Depth-wise at positions, and we don't want to have that same issue going into it this year.
How much has Kurt been pushing you?
You know, tremendously. Kurt's flying around, man. You know, I don't sit up here and look at it like pushing here, pushing here. Look, everybody has to get better. It's OTAs. Nobody's winning jobs right now. This is when this is when you're all trying to fine-tune some things. You're trying to get it all in there mentally, physically, and we're trying to go out here and make each other better. And the coaches have a decision to make when it has to make that decision. But right now, we're all just trying to fly around here. Today's going to be the first day. We actually have training camp. And it'll be the same thing. It's still early. We got to get out here and fly around, make some plays, and you know, let them fall where they fall. And, you know, I love Kurt as a player, and not only that, but as a person as well. So I'm sure we'll both get some burn here and there. We'll see how it goes.
Last year when you first came here, you had to do some maintenance. You sat out a few practices.
Mm-hmm.
Anything like that going into this one, or you good?
You know, I don't ask those questions. You know, I just like to be a surprise. You know, if they want to give me a vet day, you know, I probably will take it, you know, grudgingly because I want to be out there. But at the same time, you know, they understand me and the position I'm in my body, and I have a great understanding of where I'm at, too, as well. And I know what I need to get in, I know what I need to work, and then sometimes you got to, throttle it back a little bit and then know when to rev it up and get this thing going. So continue to stay strong, continue to stay mentally very locked in, and go from there.
We got a little bit of back and pass, so a couple more.
That secondary deal you mentioned about kind of wanting to get some props in addition to the front seven, you kind of pick up on that last year that was sort of the fan or the public persona of this defense?
Well, yes, but at the same time, it's very deservingly so. This front seven is one of the best, not only front seven, but front 10, 11, because the D-line is very deep. You look at a team like Buffalo, who has 3 or 4 guys going to a Pro Bowl every year. We might not have that here. But when you get to our second group, DeJuan Edwards, CeCe, these guys that are coming in rotating, we take a step better than anybody else in the front floor, if anybody in the league. And you got it is what it is. So these guys deserve the praise. And all what I'm trying to say is that we're trying to make this defense better. We're trying to complete it, and bringing it all together. And not only just winning in spite of, all right, well, the DBs is no names. We don't know these guys. But they're winning, they're competing, but it's all because of the D-line. And that's fine, because as long as we're winning, everybody's happy. But at the end of the day, we want to be, we also want to be some of that cause and effect as well. We want to win because of, because the way Josh Norman's playing on the edge, that we can rotate coverages the other way, because the way Bené's playing in the slot, because the way Peanut's starting to, all of a sudden he's honing in his skills. He hasn't been healthy the last year and a half. So all these things like that. Because Trey Boston become the up-and-coming safety, and he has some great skills, and he's starting to reach what he's starting to, has the potential to be. All these things like that, that's what you want, and those are just positive things. And if you can reinforce some positive energy, some thoughts into these young guys' head, sometimes when they don't know any better, they don't know, and that's a good thing. I said that a lot last year with the way they were playing. They didn't know any better. They were playing great, so you don't say anything. You just let them go, and if Josh jumps into the stands when he gets the interception, let him go. It's all right.
Roman, I know you talked about in the past playing 10 years being kind of a benchmark goal for you when you first entered the league.
Yes.
This is year 10 for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how does that feel? How do you feel personally? What are your expectations?
I felt like it's come up on me really fast. I always said, hey, I want to play 10 years, 10 years, 10 years. It seems like some magic number. And then, boom, you run up on it before you even know it. And it's almost like the policeman standing out there marking you. So. And now I'm like, I run up on 10 years, my body still feels good, and I always said I want to take it year to year after that. I have no expectations or anything like that about myself or anything, but I feel like God has a different direction for me, because I don't know where I'm living. I don't have a house. I don't have a lot of mainstays, and I think when he tells me where to go, I'm going to go. And we'll see after this year. I'm not really worried about it. I still feel like I'm still going to play a couple more years, and I think Panthers understand that. I think everybody, unless I just freaking just fall off the cliff, I'm probably going to keep playing. And barring no injury or anything like that, I feel good, I feel strong, and I'm still being able to produce, play at a high level, and that's all that matters to me. I will not let myself fall off because of the things that I've been able to do in my career. I've been able to start probably every game my whole career. It's just I've been very fortunate, very blessed to be able to do that, and because of that, I have a benchmark of where I want to be, and I will refuse to fall off that, and I will continue to play at a high level mentally, physically, and emotionally every Sunday until I can't do it anymore.